For over the past 30 years in Florida, Devereux Advanced Behavioral Health is one of Florida's most comprehensive child welfare and behavioral health care organizations, offering a full continuum of care from residential treatment to outpatient counseling to prevention and safety services, such as Devereux Family Builders, serving children and families across the state of Florida. The Devereux Family Builders program is a safety services prevention program that assists the Department of Children and Families with keeping children out of foster care.
I'm glad that Family Builders came into my life. Basically, they done a lot for my son and my daughter.
Honestly, 3 years ago, I would have probably just sheltered Leah's kids, but with that Family Builders at my disposal, I was able to keep those children out of the system because they really had no place they could go. If I hadn't got the help from Family Builders, those kids would probably be in foster care right now. So the reason I called them was to prevent a shelter.
I receive referrals from DCF when the children are at risk for being removed, but safe enough to stay with added services and support. Our team gets called in to go and provide that extra support, those extra eyes and ears for DCF, added safety for the family and the children, as well as providing extra services that DCF may not have enough time to stay in the door to give those families. We just come in, give them a little extra TLC, a little extra time, a little more attention to help them achieve their goals and reach things that they're working towards. We're there as much as the family needs us. We're there however they need us, whether it's just to talk, to cry, if they need transportation, kind of whatever they need, we kind of become that. We get a chance to really interact with them and see them not just on a professional level, but really see their humanity, see their hearts and where they are.
My case was kind of messed up because the living arrangements I was in, and I was staying in a rinky-dinky room in a house that was put together. But Mr. Frosty, my CPI investigator, had came and told me I had to go to a shelter because it was not safe for my children. And then he introduced me to Devereux Family Builders.
So we really worked hard with her to try to get her into permanent housing, to work on some of the other barriers that were keeping her out of permanent housing, work on things that just typically she needed, things like identification, birth certificates, documentation for the children, services for the children, things that she didn't necessarily have just because she didn't have support. You know, her son is autistic and it's hard trying to wrangle him and take care of business at the same time. So she was trying to do all of that on her own with her own health issues, her own personal barriers, and still take care of business and be a mom. So she was struggling, but by the end of our case with her, she was rocking it out.
It's extremely unique. It's so different. Like, we work within safety services. Like, we're housed within DCF, which is really, really neat. And we have relationships with, DCF, and we go out on cases, with the CPIs, and their main reason is to investigate cases and to figure out if these kids are safe and they're unsafe. We're able to come into households during a time of need, during a crisis, and make connections with families and really become their support system and build them up and find their strengths and help them to be at their best and do it in a non-judgmental way that not everybody gets to do.
Additional goals that we set for the family were making sure the children were enrolled in school. That included getting them to and from school because they were enrolled in school in Flagler County. Because of Devereux's special needs, we took a lot of time to make sure that the buses would transport them from where they were staying to the school. We worked with the school a lot to make sure his IEPs were in place, to make sure that he got tested, that the family was aware of what's going on.
It helped me out very much in circumstances of food, shelter, helping me out with my health because I have health problems. Been to the hospital a couple times, and they took my children and they placed them into a room, and they did a lot for me. I'm blessed I had found them. I was kind of a little rinky-dinky at first, but I warmed up to it. Devereux has done a lot for me in the past. Now I am free, and they still are helping me. But Devereux, they made me comfortable and made me feel like I'm a family.
I'm very happy to say that I've had the distinct pleasure of getting to know Leah and her children early on, as she had shared with us that she was not a fan of Family Builder. She did not want to engage, and I was able to go out, I think day 2 or day 3, and I got to meet her at the shelter. She was very candid. She was just like, I really don't want much to do with you guys, and she had something about her personality that I just admired. And moving forward, we were able to engage with her. I was so proud of her story and what she accomplished and where she was going. And even with what she had overcame, she still wanted to do more. And she's not going to stop. And that, to me, is a success story.
Would I utilize Family Builders again? Yeah, the answer is unequivocally yes, because every time I've used them, it's been wildly successful. I mean, I've had a 100% success rate with Family Builders. When I use them, they're like my last resort. It's like I'm out of resources. If I don't find somebody to help, it's going to be a shelter. So yeah, I'm going to use them again and again because it's going to keep kids out of the system and out of courts, and that's my job.
If you need Family Builders anytime, they'll be there. I have succeeded in a lot of stuff with my children and myself, so I'm gonna miss them. Even though it's a temporary thing, they're there for you. There for you and your kids.
I enjoy seeing people be empowered. I enjoy seeing people become the best versions of themselves that they can possibly be. And I do this because it makes a difference, and I love it.
Leah did her part, DCF did their part, Family Builders did their part, and at the end, this is why they're a success, because everybody worked so hard, so diligently to ensure the success of the family.